Greetings, folks. This is Mason Weaver. Stay right or be left. Eternity is a long time to be wrong. Today is February the 22nd, 2018. Valentine's Day, there was a mass shooting at a school in Florida, and we have gone nuts. Lost our minds. I've been telling you and teaching you and trying to explain to you the intent of liberalism. It's to wear you down. It's to frustrate you. It's to get your stomach turned in knots as you continue to try to explain reality to them. Common sense. It doesn't get through to them. They don't change. They just have one stupid argument after another, and you try to debate because you think they just don't understand. You think if you just explain it to them properly, they'll get it and they'll be able to come to the same conclusion you have come to. It is never, ever, ever going to work. But you keep trying it, and you get more frustrated and more frustrated as they come up with one silly, stupid argument after another, and they wear you down and wear you down and wear you down. And now we see the NRA is under attack, losing their sponsors. They had nothing to do with this 19-year-old man shooting that school up. Nothing to do with it. Now you got President Trump, who I support 99.9% of the time, saying he's willing to extend the age to be able to buy a gun to 21. Like that would have stopped this 19-year-old kid from having a gun. Now we have the police officer, this poor police officer in Florida who was assigned to that school, the deputy, who did not go into the line of fire, who stood his ground outside, took a position outside, and waited for backup. And now he's forced to resign in shame. And no one is standing up to honor this guy. This guy was doing exactly what he was trained to do. You people think that the police officers carry guns to protect you. Police carry guns to protect themselves. So that guy was trained. You go to a school, think about all the school shootings. Think about Columbine, Virginia Tech. When they came to the school while the guy was still shooting, did they go in? Think about San Bernardino. Did they go in? The cops never, ever, 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 ever go in, except on TV and the movies. They do not go in to confront a gunman without backup, and after they've through shooting, and they try to first negotiate. That's what they do. This cop at that school in Florida did what he was trained to do. Take a position outside and with a backup. So folks, knowing that the cops will not come in to help you, you had better be in a position to help yourself. You had better be in a position to defend yourself. If not, you are going to be defenseless. You're going to be like those two coaches who gave their lives, who put their flesh and blood up before the gun bullets, who stood there in front of their students and took the bullet because all they can give was their life. They weren't allowed to carry a gun. One guy was a security guy. You see, if you're stuck in an environment where a gunman is there, if you had 7-Eleven, you had Macy's, you had church, don't expect the cops to get there and come in and rescue you. Do not expect it. That guy lost his job. The sheriff is talking about what he should have done, knowing good and well. Everyone knows, folks, that is standard policy. Your behind will not be rescued. You'd better rescue yourself. Why do I have to leave my gun at home? If I'm going to the post office or I'm going to school, I can't even bring my gun on school property. I can't put it in the trunk of my car. I can't keep it in the glove compartment. I'm not supposed to have the gun near me. When I go to VA, I'm supposed to keep my gun at home. I can't drive on the property. So if I'm going to VA and somewhere afterwards, I have to leave my gun at home because I have to stop at the VA. When I go to school or go see my kids at school, I have to leave my gun at home. But if someone breaks into that school and starts shooting, I have to wait until the police decide it's time to come and get me. America, are you losing your mind? Are you losing your source for freedom? These clowns want tyranny. Don't you understand that? If they don't want you to defend yourself, there's something wrong with them. They want you to be terrorized. There's the philosophy in liberalism. I was a liberal. I was a good one. There's a philosophy that if we scare you enough, if we attack you enough, if we worry you enough, you will give up your constitutional rights to be safe. They know it. They believe it. You will give up your freedom to be safe. They think if you wake up tomorrow morning and find Russian and Chinese tanks rolling through your community, that you give up your constitutional rights to be safe. They know that. Folks, This is a time to fight. Those school kids were in danger because the school system failed them. The mental health system failed them. The same people we're now expecting, we're demanding to protect us. It wasn't Trump's policies. It wasn't Ted Cruz's policies. The school district disallowed parents and staff from carrying a gun. You should not have permission to carry a gun if you're an adult. You should be able to go on your school campus, go to your church. Private companies, they can say no. My church can say no to guns. They wouldn't have me. But a private business, a tavern, a liquor store, they can say no to guns. But the government should not have any ability, or very little ability, to tell me I cannot walk into a building, walk into an unsecured building. I mean, a courthouse is secured. Airport is secured. But to walk into a library, to walk to the VA hospital, I know you got PDS patients there. You also got veterans there who want to walk and protect themselves. They want you to be afraid, folks. Let's honor this cop who stood up and stood out there and waited, and let's proclaim that was a wrong policy and give the cops permission and encouragement to go into the building to protect us, or at least give us the right to protect ourselves. The NRA is under attack. We got to stand up for them. The president is under attack. He's bending to them. Ted Cruz, he's bending to them because we're not standing up. We're waiting for the next election. We can't wait, folks. You're going to beat us down as we stand up and say, your policies have failed us. Your policies are useless. Your policies are no more valuable to us. We're going to reject you and reject your policies and stand for the principal belief that Americans are free. Every square foot of ground I stand on is my ground and I'm free. This is Mason Weaver. Stay right or be left. Eternity is a long time to be wrong. God bless you.